Andres Bonifacio, born on November 30, 1863, was a child of Tondo, Manila. His family was poor, forcing him to leave formal education early. He carried the weight of responsibility on his young shoulders. Despite this, Bonifacio possessed a thirst for knowledge. He devoured books, teaching himself Spanish and absorbing ideas from classic literature and revolutionary texts. He was particularly drawn to stories of freedom fighters and the plight of the oppressed. These experiences ignited within him a burning desire for justice and a deep love for his homeland. He saw firsthand the injustices suffered by Filipinos under Spanish colonial rule. Bonifacio's early life was a testament to his resilience and determination. He worked various jobs, from messenger to warehouse supervisor, to support his family, yet he never allowed hardship to extinguish his intellectual curiosity. He continued to educate himself, attending theater performances and engaging in lively discussions about societal issues. These experiences nurtured his understanding of the social and political landscape of the Philippines. It also fueled his growing belief that drastic change was necessary to liberate his people. As Bonifacio matured, his sense of social responsibility grew. He joined the Masonic Lodge, finding kinship with like-minded individuals who shared his desire for reform. It was during this time that he crossed paths with Dr. Jose Rizal, a prominent Filipino intellectual and advocate for peaceful reform. Inspired by Rizal's vision, Bonifacio joined the La Liga Filipina in 1892. This organization aimed to unite Filipinos from all walks of life to advocate for greater autonomy and representation within the Spanish colonial system. The Liga Filipina, however, was short-lived. Spanish authorities, threatened by the organization's growing influence, swiftly arrested Rizal. This event, coupled with the increasingly oppressive tactics employed by the colonial government, shattered any hope for peaceful reform. Bonifacio, witnessing the futility of their efforts, recognized that more radical action was needed to achieve true freedom for the Filipino people. The dissolution of the Liga Filipina marked a turning point for Bonifacio. It pushed him towards a path of armed revolution. On July 7, 1892, just days after Rizal's arrest, Bonifacio, together with a handful of like-minded patriots, gathered in a small house on Azcaraga Street in Tondo. There, in the flickering light of an oil lamp, they founded the Katas-Tasang, Kagalang-Galangang Katipunan ng Mga Anak ng Bayan, or Katipunan, a secret revolutionary society. Its aim was clear: to achieve independence from Spain through armed struggle. The Katipunan, unlike the Liga Filipina, embraced armed revolution as the path to freedom. It attracted Filipinos from all walks of life: farmers, laborers, teachers, and even some members of the Spanish colonial army. Bonifacio, using the pseudonym May Pag-asa, he who holds hope, played a pivotal role in shaping the Katipunan's ideology and structure. He penned passionate writings, including the Katipunan's primer, Cartilla ng Katipunan, which outlined the group's principles and instilled a sense of national identity and purpose among its members. The organization grew rapidly, spreading throughout Manila and neighboring provinces. Bonifacio's charisma and unwavering commitment to the cause inspired countless Filipinos to risk everything for the promise of a free and independent nation. As the Katipunan gained strength, Spanish authorities grew increasingly suspicious. Secret meetings were raided and members were arrested and tortured. The Katipunan, however, continued to operate, preparing for the inevitable confrontation. On August 19, 1896, Spanish authorities discovered the existence of the Katipunan. This discovery forced Bonifacio and his comrades to make a fateful decision. Bonifacio gathered his men in an area known as Pugad Lawin, now part of Quezon City. It was there, on August 23, 1896, that Bonifacio, with his heart filled with both hope and trepidation, issued the call to arms. He and his fellow Katipuneros tore their cedulas, symbolizing their break from Spanish rule. This act, known as the Cry of Pugad Lawin, marked the beginning of the Philippine Revolution. The fight for independence, long simmering beneath the surface, had erupted into open rebellion. The revolution spread like wildfire throughout the provinces surrounding Manila. Bonifacio, a skilled tactician and inspirational leader, led his men to several early victories. They captured key towns and cities, demonstrating the strength and determination of the Filipino forces. However, despite their initial successes, internal tensions within the Katipunan began to surface. Disagreements arose regarding leadership and strategy, particularly between Bonifacio and another prominent revolutionary leader from Cavite, Emilio Aguinaldo. Aguinaldo's faction, based in Cavite, had achieved significant victories against the Spanish. This led some to question Bonifacio's leadership, as his campaigns in Manila had not been as successful. There were also differences in their visions for the revolution. Bonifacio, deeply rooted in his principles of unity and equality, envisioned a revolutionary government with representation from all sectors of society. Aguinaldo's faction, on the other hand, favored a more centralized leadership structure with a military focus. These disagreements, coupled with personal ambitions and regional loyalties, created a rift within the revolutionary movement. In an attempt to resolve the growing conflict and unify the Katipunan, a convention was held in Tejeros, Cavite on March 22, 1897. The objective was to establish a new revolutionary government. However, the convention, marred by accusations of fraud and manipulation, only served to exacerbate the existing tensions. Aguinaldo was elected president of the newly formed revolutionary government, while Bonifacio was relegated to the position of director of the interior. Bonifacio, feeling betrayed and deeply insulted by the results of the election, refused to recognize the legitimacy of the new government. He accused Aguinaldo's faction of rigging the elections and undermining the principles of unity and equality that the Katipunan stood for. He argued that the revolution was not about personal ambition, but about liberating the Filipino people from oppression. However, his protests fell on deaf ears. His authority had been undermined, and his vision for the revolution was sidelined. The situation escalated further when Bonifacio, in a desperate attempt to salvage his authority and reunite the Katipunan, established his own revolutionary government. This act was deemed an act of treason by Aguinaldo's faction. Aguinaldo ordered the arrest of Bonifacio and his brothers. They were captured in a violent confrontation that resulted in the death of one of Bonifacio's brothers. Bonifacio, wounded and disillusioned, was subjected to a sham trial orchestrated by Aguinaldo's followers. He was accused of sedition and treason against the revolutionary government. Despite a lack of concrete evidence, Bonifacio and his remaining brother Procopio were found guilty and sentenced to death. This marked a tragic turning point in the Philippine Revolution. The movement's founder, the man who had ignited the flames of rebellion, was now a prisoner of his own people. On May 10, 1897, on a desolate mountainside in Maragondon, Cavite, Andres Bonifacio and his brother Procopio were executed by firing squad. Their deaths sent shockwaves throughout the Philippines. It marked a dark chapter in the country's struggle for independence. The revolution, born out of a shared desire for freedom and equality, had turned on itself, consuming one of its most ardent champions. Despite his tragic end, Bonifacio's legacy lived on. His courage, his unwavering commitment to the cause of Philippine independence, and his deep love for his people continued to inspire generations of Filipinos. He came to embody the spirit of the revolution, the unwavering belief in the right to self-determination and the willingness to fight for it, even against insurmountable odds. Though denied justice in life, Bonifacio found his rightful place in the pantheon of Filipino heroes. Today, Andres Bonifacio is recognized as the father of the Philippine Revolution. His life, though tragically cut short, serves as a testament to the power of one man's unwavering belief to ignite a nation. He is remembered not for his military prowess or political acumen, but for his unwavering commitment to the ideals of freedom, equality, and justice. He is the embodiment of the true spirit of the Katipunan, a movement born from the heart of the masses, fighting for the liberation of all Filipinos. Bonifacio's story is a stark reminder that the fight for freedom is rarely clean or straightforward. It is often fraught with internal conflicts, betrayals, and sacrifices. Yet, even in the face of such adversity, Bonifacio's legacy reminds us that the pursuit of justice and the struggle for a better future is a fight worth waging. His life and death continue to serve as a source of inspiration, reminding us that true heroes are not defined by their victories, but by their unwavering commitment to their ideals, even unto death.